regular season, Greg, every team trying to wrap things up on a high note.
Yeah, and even the top teams doing what they can to head into the postseason with some momentum, right? While lottery teams want to finish strong and have something to build off of.
Here's the starting group for Houston. The perimeter pair will be Thompson next to Durant. Smith and Şengün make up the 4 and the 5. And it's Sheppard in at the point guard position. Here's Santos. Porzingis with a screen on KD. Driving in. 6 on the shot clock. Curry passes to Porzingis. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock.
And bringing the aggression and the energy. Two things you like to see from Porzingis.
And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Last time they met in Houston.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
Well, the key is to take what the defense allows. That is smart basketball.
Now, here's Melton. Here's Porzingis. Thompson with the rebound. Melton against Durant. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Just working his way inside there. Durant so good at just finding his shot all over the court.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Melton kicks to Curry. Pass to Porzingis. Fires for 3. That doesn't go either for Porzingis. Rockets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Durant for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Durant's got 7 points.
And he knew what he was going to do before the ball even got to him. KD is always ready to let it fly.
Porzingis with a screen on Thompson. Melton passes to Santos. Outside, Green. Shot clock at 5. Porzingis with a screen on Smith. Green, no luck. Rockets have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Durant inside, and he drops it in from the low post.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
And one thing about this league we know, momentum can change in an instant.
Now in his late 30s, Steph Curry, Tim, continues to be a dominant force.
Well, his conditioning is on a world-class level, Kevin. He's never been one to beat you with his explosiveness, so his plan is just to outlast his opponents.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. I've always admired the impact that Steph Curry, Tim, has made on this game, and not only at this level, but at every level. With that in mind, do shooters train differently in part because of him?
Yeah, I believe they do, Kevin, but you've got to beware. This is a guy that's often imitated, rarely replicated. He is so special, but I think guys need to add escape dribbles, the sidestep dribble, and certainly deep shooting off the dribble. That's where Steph Curry has impacted the modern shooter.
That's good advice. Sheppard with the ball, guarded by Curry. To the inside, Şengün, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Greg, you look at Alperen Şengün. He's one of the best combinations of force and finesse in the NBA.
And you wonder how he fell to the 16th pick in the 2021 draft. You saw the numbers he was putting up as a 19-year-old in Turkey. Pretty clear he should have gone higher.
That free throw, no good. Tim, some forget, prior to the success of Stephen Curry, the Warriors were not considered a top-tier franchise.
Well, before he arrived in 2009, this was one of the lowest all-time winning percentages, but they have built a dynasty, and they are now considered one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports.
And you look at these Rockets, Greg, pretty fearsome on the defensive end.
I mean, great length and athleticism on the wings, and a defensive-minded coach in Ime Udoka. They'll make you work for it, no doubt about it.
Hits it from three-point range.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Well, he just looks so confident right there, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Now here's Durant. He had 25 points in the win against Utah.
And he promoted team chemistry. That's how you do it, by moving the ball.
And the Warriors with possession here. 7-point differential. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively, just giving up way too many open looks.
Well, they say film doesn't lie, and you can just imagine these guys watching this film. It's going to be an ugly sight for sure.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, he took that up with great confidence. Tremendous finish.
Tari Eason's checked in for Houston. Free throw good by Curry.
And you know with Curry, what impresses me most is his efficiency. That's not something we normally see in a high-volume jump shooter.
Here's Eason. Boy, he was something else against Utah.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Here's Curry. They trail by 7. Pass to Santos. Porzingis with a screen on KD. They kick it out to Green. Over Smith. Eason grabs the board. Houston's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Now Şengün. Durant inside. He's got 9. Şengün with the screen for Thompson. And Şengün gets it to go on the assist by Thompson. Thompson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Warriors trail by 9. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Alperen Şengün. Here's Santos, guarded by KD. Green inside the three-point line, and again it's the Warriors missing. Smith feeling it out a bit. Eason passes to Şengün. Durant against Melton. 6 to shoot, and Şengün throws it down.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
So far, a great game plan and great execution, but we still have a long way to go.
It's good. Porzingis has got his 2nd basket.
And nice use of size by Porzingis inside, able to practically play on top of the D.
Rockets leading by 9. Pass to Şengün. Here's Eason. Nice move. And it's Melton with the rebound. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Porzingis with a screen on Thompson. A shot by Curry, no good. And so it's Houston with it. Now here's Durant. Pass to Thompson. Count that bucket.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Warriors trail by 11. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I had a chance to catch up with Steve Kerr. The first thing on his mind was not letting Kevin Durant beat them. He said, quote, even if it means playing off other guys, we cannot let KD get comfortable. We have to be right up in his jersey the entire game. We're going to see some aggressive D on Durant tonight by the sound of this. Back to you.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. Now, here is Smith. Just 4 to shoot. Smith sets the pick for Thompson, and they call an illegal screen here. And now the 2K leaderboard, a list of the teams that have rebounded the ball tremendously over the last 10 games. The Rockets 4th.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Alperen Şengün. Pass to Melton. Over in the corner, Green. Lets it go from the wing. It's rebounded by Durant.
Well, he is fighting through it right now, still looking to get his first make of the quarter, but it's been an ugly start.
Here's Thompson, and too long on the shot. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Trailing here by 8.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now here's Thompson. He definitely had a good game in their win against the Jazz. Houston moving the ball around. Off target with his 3. Golden State's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Curry deciding where to go with it. Here's Porzingis, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Porzingis has got 6.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
Here is Durant. He's got 9. Thompson outside. Back to KD. Can they get it? Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
How about 5 straight made from the field to start?
And so Steve Kerr tries to call a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Payton, he's checked in for Golden State. Podziemski's coming in for Melton. Now here's Curry. He's got 8. Pass to Podziemski. Outside Curry. Just 5 to shoot. Out to Payton. There's the triple. Good on the three-point shot.
And that's the experience of Curry there, making a difference.
Here's Davison. Pass to Capella. Porzingis with the block. Green in the post. Guarded by Green. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And from technical fouls, 10 to flagrant fouls, it always seems like Draymond Green is walking that line and in the crosshair.
Take a break. Take a break.
Walking that line or stomping on that line. I don't know what, but it's where he seems to want to live. You love that competitive fire. You just have to make sure it doesn't cross the line where he hurts his team.
But don't you think he knows exactly what he's doing at all times?
He understands most officials don't want to give him that second technical, that's for sure.
And the Rockets making a change here. Finney-Smith's checked in. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And Greg, these poised veterans really seem to have triggered a shift for the Rockets.
At the same time, it's going to be Houston's young talent that determines their future. And they've already shown they can make a major impact.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
Both teams deciding to change it up. He hits the second from the line. In GA, we know Coach Steve Kerr has been up front. In order to win, the Warriors need to take and make a lot of threes.
Well, it's the superpower of their best player, and the arrival of Jimmy Butler has provided some balance, but threes are still their best bet.
Now here's Green. Nothing on the board. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Pass to Post. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You gotta love the effort. That's big time.
Here's Eason. The Warriors making the shot. Now Şengün. Post covering. Sengun inside. He's coming off a 19-point game against Utah.
And he promoted team chemistry. That's how you do it, by moving the ball.
Pass to Spencer. No good. That would have tied it.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Got that one up quick. And the Rockets lead by 6.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
There's 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now Podziemski. He's coming off a 25-point game against Cleveland.
And he was outstanding getting to the line and converting.
To the middle. Here's Şengün. And Şengün throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And so the first quarter is in the books. Rockets lead by 8. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Well, we hope you're enjoying your Easter as we are here, as we get underway once again. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
I love how they're playing. When you combine great effort and great execution, it leads to great results.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. We've got Alperen Şengün. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Green. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Okogie in at the shooting guard. Podziemski on the wing. He's covered by Eason. Pass to Post. Here's Spencer. Offline with his three.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
And some nice passing there by Houston. Finney-Smith can't get it to go. Warriors trail by 8. Here's Podziemski. Finney-Smith defending. Pass to Post. Here's Spencer. A three-pointer is right on target. Spencer's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Warriors. Eason passes to Green. Over Payton. Green, no luck.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
I'm not sure what he was thinking right there, but we see this in this game sometimes.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Rockets leading by 5. Pass to Eason. Here's Okogie. Green, the screen, fires it up. Another miss by Houston. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Podziemski. No good from outside.
You have to defend the three-point line. They got lucky he missed that one.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. The Rockets have brought in the right veterans. Coach Ime Udoka said, quote, their approach rubbed off on our entire team. We can only teach so much, but you have to have guys that have carved out their niche in the league with that edge and that defensive mentality. It was invaluable for our team. Back over to you guys.
You know, they've got that grit. Thank you, Allie. Payton looking it over. Here's Spencer. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot 3. Tim, and maybe I'm asking the wrong guy this, but are teams relying too much on the three-point shot?
Well, I do think there are nights I feel it becomes a little redundant, but the skill level of these players, Kevin, has led us here. More guys are capable of making that deep shot, so I don't see it going away anytime soon.
And the skill required to do it, no one knows that more than you. The skill required is just something else.
Consistency is what teams are looking for.
And the Warriors making a change here. And he's good on the second. And he makes all 3.
And that's a good sign. He's getting himself to the line. I really like that here in the second quarter.
Curry against Eason. Here's Şengün. Can't cash in from close range.
Now, he was bothered just enough to miss that shot. That's good work by the defense.
Pass to post. And here's Melton. Over Finney-Smith. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Rockets leading by 4. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
They found some room there along the baseline. Some space at the rim. Goes right up and puts it in without resistance.
Here's Curry. 8 points for him. Pass to Spencer. Now here's Melton. Here's Spencer. Finney-Smith defending. Spencer, the pass to Curry. Curry buries the 3-shot.
Well, if there's one guy in this league, you better run off the three-point line. It's Curry.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's ready to talk things through with them. Both teams will make substitutions. Here's the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been fantastic from three-point land in the last 10. The Rockets 4th.
And over the last few weeks, they have really used the three-point shot to their advantage.
And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for Houston. They've led by as many as 11 points. Oh, KD buries the 3.
And you just love how quickly KD gets into his shot. No wasted motion.
And now that we are witnessing the tail end of Kevin Durant's illustrious career, Tim, talk about his legacy.
Well, Kevin, without question, this is one of the all-time greats, arguably the most effortless scorer the game has ever seen. Quite simply, he is one of one.
And D'Anthony Melton picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Jabari Smith, he's jacked in for the Rockets. Okogie comes in for Tari Eason.
Smith Jr. Josh Okogie.
Thompson with it. Here's Okogie. Shot clock at 6. At the elbow, it's Şengün. Pass to Payton. Down low. Curry is inside. Working on Thompson. Curry kicks to Melton. Pulls up on the wing. It's rebounded by Houston. To the paint.
Taken third overall in 2022, Smith, instead of trying to take the league by storm, he was looking for ways to fit in within the system. And that's what coaches love about players like him.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you know what? The work he's put in at the line starting to pay off. How about 78% on the season?
And the first one drops. Tari Eason's checked in for the Rockets. Smith hits them both. Every so often, Tim, you heard the term defensive anchor. What defines one in the way you look at the game?
Well, I think it's that player that's on the back line, protecting the rim, but also able to see the entire floor. That is where your best communicator often resides.
How did you grade your defensive abilities when you played?
I battled, Kevin. You're going to have to kill me to stop me. That's the way I looked at it.
And they continue to control the glass.
Durant gets it done inside.
And continues his perfect night. It's unreal. I just hope he doesn't believe in the announcer's jinx.
Warriors trail by 8. Outside Curry. On the wing, Payton. Eason against Melton. A 3-ball. Rockets with the rebound. Şengün's got his 4th rebound in this one. Smith finds KD. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
Really like how Durant is playing tonight. Going for this guy is just so unreal.
And Curry has it in the corner. Curry gets inside and lays it in.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Outside, KD. Eason, the bounce pass. KD against Payton. Durant deciding where to go with it. Over Payton. Durant, no good.
The defense really didn't do enough to alter that shot. It's simply a miss.
Golden State moving the ball around. Pass to Payton. Thompson against Curry. That one, no good. Good D by Thompson.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Here's Smith. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 5th assist in this one. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Golden State Warriors. It's a 10-point game. They host the Kings after this game, and that'll be the 4th of this 5-game homestand. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. The Warriors making a switch here. Porzingis is checked in. Houston also making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Şengün. And Sheppard subbed in for Tari Eason. Here's Green. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Curry outside. Does not get it. Third miss. He's made 4 from the field. Houston leading by 10. Capella sets a screen for Durant, and he comes up with the deuce. KD's got 9 points now in the quarter.
His efficiency throughout this game has really been something, and his team has been able to succeed in large part because of it.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Rockets have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter, up over 50%. And then Durant with the jam.
Look at KD throwing it down, not giving the defense any opportunity there.
Warriors shooting 31% in the second. Some poor shot selection for them in this quarter. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers could have been avoided.
Podziemski, he's checked in for Porzingis. Now the Rockets with it. They're on a 17-7 run. KD passes to Capella. Pass to Sheppard. Here's the drive. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Here's Curry. 13 points in the game. Now Podziemski. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Yeah, that's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Well, my feeling is you just want to make sure it's called consistently both ways.
Pass to Sheppard. And Thompson kicks to Smith. Here's Sheppard. Outside Durant. Rocket 6. Shoots over Melton. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy.
Here's Santos. Covered by Smith. Back to Curry.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
From 12 feet out, it's rebounded by Houston. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
Yeah, and that made it difficult to stay connected to their shooters.
Sheppard with the ball. Now Green defending. Capella dishes to Smith. No good on the triple. Warriors trail by 18. Melton passes to Curry. 1:11 left in the second quarter. Podziemski's shot is good.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
Pass to Sheppard. Thompson outside. Smith with a screen on Curry. Thompson misses.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Melton passes to Green.
And you know, Draymond Green is a fiery personality who plays with relentless energy, and he continues to be an impactful, versatile player even at this stage of his career.
The Warriors have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one.
What I appreciate most about Green is his leadership. Strong vocally on and off the floor.
Houston making some changes. Green comes in for Clint Capella, and Tari Eason subbed in for Sheppard. He doesn't get the second one.
Oh, you have a feeling this would be a completely different game if it wasn't for his brutal shooting performance.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's KD. Hits from the high post. KD's got 26.
Anywhere Durant can find a shot, he can make a shot. That certainly includes the mid-range.
Here's Curry. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Houston Rockets feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
Thanks a lot, guys. Head coach Steve Kerr here with us now. Coach, what do you want to see from this team in the second half?
Well, we got to make some stops and get a little traction in this game. I mean, we fell behind right away, and so let's make a push the first 4 or 5 minutes, get back in the game.
Thank you, Coach.
Terrific stuff, Allie. Thank you so much. And we'll be back for the third quarter right after this halftime break.
Hey everybody, psst, I got a secret. We're approaching the playoffs, and we are starting the show with a breakdown of the Western Conference standings.
You know, for the Rockets, last week of the season, they want the playoffs to start, but they still got to take care of business.
Interesting time. You want to avoid injuries, but also not lose your momentum.
And let's talk now about the game we've been watching. What a terrific first half for the Houston Rockets.
How about the points in the paint? Clearly, they made it a priority coming in, and it's paying dividends, Ernie.
Yeah, I remember those days pounded inside. Break your opponent's spirit.
Easy now. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Nothing in this league more difficult to defend than a well-timed weak side cut.
And here's Melton. He'll bring it up for Golden State. Trailing by 17. DeAnthony Melton out there with Curry. Then there's Porzingis. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's Santos in at the small forward. That's the Warriors' 5.
And how about when Curry gets fancy with it? His confidence is what allows him to pull off these moves.
Houston's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Pass to Sheppard. Thompson, a screen on Curry. Traps in the tray. Sheppard's got 7 points in the game.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Melton passes to Green. Golden State moving it around. Takes a step back. Shoots from 14. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Şengün's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And legs from going undrafted to becoming a three-point contest champion, you had to fight for your place in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, that's an understatement. Yes, undrafted in '88. I played in just about every league imaginable, including a year in France. Had a bunch of 10-day contracts early on, but I didn't get my first full-time NBA contract until 1993 with the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, your perseverance and tenacity definitely paid off.
Certainly didn't take no for an answer, I can tell you that.
Clock is at 3. Shot on the wing. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Rockets leading by 20. Outside Durant. Again, the Rockets score.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Warriors have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Pass to Green. Back to Curry to end the run. Rebound by Smith.
Yeah, just 25% to start this half. They're going to have to start getting higher percentage shots.
Lets it go from 11. The shot by KD. No good.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Porzingis kicks to Melton. Green with a screen on Thompson. Melton, no good.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
Outside, KD. Out to Thompson. Tries from 10, and he hits the jump shot. Durant's got 4 points this quarter.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Outside, Green gets the three-pointer to fall.
And when the 3 is going for Green, it's a terrific sign for this offense.
Sheppard, the pass to Smith. And here is Durant. And Durant gets double-teamed. Pass to Smith. Here's Sheppard. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Warriors trail by 21. Melton kicks to Green. Now here's Curry. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Curry's got 17 now.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
Houston leading by 19. One of the best defenders of his generation. Tim, do you think Draymond Green will be a surefire Hall of Famer?
Well, he's a former Defensive Player of the Year, and not to mention a key contributor on 4 Warriors championship teams. Kevin, he will be in the Hall of Fame, no question.
From what I've seen, Sheppard would rather shoot from distance, but he trusted himself inside that time.
Here's Curry, 17 points in the game. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Draymond Green's talked about his mind for the game. He said, "I've never been the tallest or the fastest. We all have gifts. My IQ is a gift that was enhanced by great coaches. I was taught the game properly, so I'm very fortunate and extremely thankful for the coaches that I've had in my life." Back to you, Kevin.
Paying tribute. Nice job. Okay, thank you, Allie. Smith with a wide open look. His three-pointers off the mark. Warriors trailed by 19. Pass to Green. Here's Curry. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Reed Sheppard.
Well, so often, that's the best you can do against Steph. He's so skilled as a shooter, you're almost forced to foul him.
And he makes the first.
Well, he's already been labeled the greatest shooter of all time. So for Curry at this point of his career, he only cares about adding titles.
Tari Eason's checked in for the Rockets. That misses, so he splits the free throws. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Durant drawing the double team from the arc. Smith gets it to go on the assist by Thompson. Smith's got 7 points.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
And here's Porzingis for a three. Good on the triple.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
And when you give up a three, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
Thompson finds KD. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
Well, he made a couple of shots early, but since the half, he just can't seem to find his rhythm.
Melton passes to Curry. Porzingis sets the pick for Curry. And another three for Golden State.
And that is exactly why Curry is must-see TV.
The screen from Thompson. Smith outside for three. Porzingis with the rebound. Here's Golden State. They're on a 14-5 run. Nobody near Melton. Misses the three. Houston leading by 15. And Thompson kicks to Durant. Pass to Şengün. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. The Rockets again can't hit.
Well, you can't make them all, but I doubt the defense wants to give him that kind of look again.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Outside, KD. Thompson outside. Outside, KD. Shot clock at 6. Durant drawing the double team. For three, Smith. The Warriors pull it in. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Houston leading by 15. Inside. Smith's shot is good. Smith's got 9.
And this is why you let Smith work inside. He's adept at knowing how to finish in traffic.
Warriors have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Back to Curry. Porzingis with a screen on Thompson. With the step back. High post try. Yes, that goes in. He's got 11.
Gets one to go. It's been a great personal night for him, but those mean a lot less if you're losing.
To the middle. Here's Şengün. Porzingis with the block.
And there was a time when Porzingis was good for several rejections at the rim like that per game. Most would-be scorers have learned that about him.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Smith sets the pick for Durant. Uses the glass to finish the layup. KD's got 6 in the quarter.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
Warriors trail by 17. Curry dishes to Green. Pass to Santos. Melton against Eason. Green with a screen on Eason. Melton misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Oh, and here we go. Green's got it, the pass break chance. And here's Melton. Rockets pull it in.
It's been a rough quarter for him. I think patience can help. Take the shots that are there. Don't force it.
Pass to Şengün. They double-team Şengün. Now here is Smith. Houston moving the ball around. Offensive rebound. Out to Thompson. Şengün with the screen for Thompson. Shoots over Curry. Thompson misses. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. 17-point game. Back to Melton. Melton with a screen on Şengün. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Big man coming through. Love whenever Porzingis puts his head down and just charges hard towards the basket.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Şengün. Green comes in for Jabari Smith. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Kevin Durant. And Okogie subbed in for Amen Thompson. Pass to Capella. Now Eason. Capella sets a screen for Eason. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. No one near Curry as he lets it go. Drills the three-pointer. Curry's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Here's Okogie. Pass to Eason. Capella sets a screen for Eason. And it's Capella missing. Warriors trail by 12. Curry on the wing. He's got 26. Here's Richard. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Green deciding where to go with it. Over Payton. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Houston up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We've got more in store for you right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, so impressive for a big guy to make a find like a guard.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Taking a look at the Rockets. Green is out there with Alperen Şengün. Then it's Tari Eason. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Okogie in at the two-guard spot.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Now here's Curry. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Well, it's really turned around for him because he really took care of the ball in the first half.
Now Finney-Smith. Here's Eason. That three off the mark. Warriors trail by 14. Curry on the wing. Finney-Smith defending. Pass to Payton. Just 5 on the clock. And there's another turnover by the Warriors.
Well, that is just real miscommunication there, sending it out of bounds.
Rockets leading by 14. Okogie, the pass to Eason. Now, here's Şengün. Post covering. Şengün with the bucket.
And what I love about Sengun, he's not looking to jack up threes. He prefer to bang you down low.
To the inside. Out to Payton. Pass to post. Back to Payton. Now Podziemski. Outside Curry. Shoots. Gets the front of the rim and out. The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Green passes to Okogie. Now Eason. Guarded by Curry. Curry brings the double. Şengün with a wide open look. It's good from long range. Şengün's got 5 points in the quarter. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Podziemski with it. Over Eason. Shot by Podziemski, no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And they pick up 2. And the Rockets lead by 21.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
There is no doubt about it. They've done a great job minimizing all of the external factors.
Pass to Eason. There are some who will say, GA, there are too many threes being taken in today's NBA. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, if we're cutting back on something, how about free throw? The three-point shootout is arguably the best part of All-Star Saturday, but nobody wants to watch a free throw contest.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Rockets?
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
And something else that has stood out to me is the defense hasn't had any chance at stopping them in the mid-range.
KD's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And he can't get the first one.
Competitive, selfless, and a high basketball IQ. Sengun with the traits every coach loves.
So he comes up empty at the line. Warriors trail by 21. Down low, here's Green. They need this one, and it's Green with the jam.
Well, a lot of miles on those legs, but Green can still get up occasionally to flush it.
And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Green against Green. Şengün with a screen on Green. 6 on the shot clock. Green finds Eason. Shoots over Curry. Shot by Eason, no good.
And they're winning this game despite his difficulties at the offensive end.
Outside Curry. Outside, Payton. Podziemski on the wing. Curry outside. And it's Durant with the rebound. Rockets leading by 19. Curry brings the double. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And you look at the G League's impact on player development, Greg, it's become very significant.
And I think the two-way contract was a great addition as well, allowing players to contribute with the big league team while also developing in the G League. What a great combination.
Green, the pass to Okogie. And the three ball is good.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
You know, we talk about winning basketball all the time and what it looks like. Well, that defense right there, that's the opposite of that.
Outside, KD. We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. Greg, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, able to use camera tracking to assess credit and blame, right? So maybe the little things in winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore.
And he hits the first of 3. And no questioning the greatness of Kevin Durant. But, Greg, trying to get back into championship contention.
Yeah, and since his 2 titles with the Warriors, disappointment with the Nets and Suns, can he get a shot at another ring?
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Jabari Smith, he's checked in for Green. And it's Thompson in for Tari Eason.
Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
And he nails the third. Golden State's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Melton. Here's Curry from deep. And he's good on the 3-ball. Curry's got 16 here in the second half.
And you can just see his confidence is rising. Bucket after bucket from long range.
Here's Durant. And the layup's good off the glass. KD's got 5 points now this quarter.
And that is killer instinct, just continuing to pile it on.
Golden State's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Santos, no good. Rockets on offense. They're on a 17-5 run here. And Thompson throws it down.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Here's Curry. You know, GA, one great thing about the NBA, well, there are many things, but one great thing is that there's always new talent coming through the ranks.
Yeah, I mean, the future is bright. And, Kevin, I really like this year's draft class. Man, we just continue to add exciting young talent to the mix.
Here's Durant, and KD throws it down.
Oh, dynamic two-hand jam.
And right in the face of the defender. Golden State's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the 4th. Melton kicks to Curry. Porzingis with a screen on Thompson. Here's Curry with the 3. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got 11 rebounds in the game. To the paint. Durant's shot is good. KD's got 41.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now. He's just trying to close it out.
Right wing. Curry against Thompson. Curry passes to Melton. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 5 assists tonight.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, another turnover. The guys on the whole, I think they've done a great job of running their offense without too many miscues.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Sengun. Green comes in for Smith. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Kevin Durant. And Tari Eason subbed in for Amen Thompson. So when you look at different approaches to player recovery, from load management, say, Tim, to rub some dirt on it and get back in there, where do you stand on all of that?
Well, I do think teams have done a better job of trying to make sure players are protected from themselves and make sure they're getting enough rest. But I also think there are times guys should be allowed to play through certain types of minor injuries.
And at 7'3", Porzingis could have been just another big, but he defies expectations. He's got such an impressive array of abilities.
Good on both. Houston leading by 22. Here's Okogie. And here is Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And how about his athleticism? For a big man, Capella is able to make plays above the rim.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors. Pass to Melton. Out left to the wing. Porzingis against Capella. Back to Melton. 6 to shoot. And it's off from three-point range. Houston's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Warriors shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Green, the pass to Melton. Now Curry. Green with a screen on Capella. Curry finds Green, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Clint Capella.
At all times, he's on the court. Green is active and physical. He loves being in the middle of the action.
And he knocks down the first one.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
And the Rockets making a change here. Holiday's checked in, and both free throws good for Green. Officiating is always a hot topic among fans. Greg, that's never going to go away. And some people think the game is called too closely now.
Be careful, Kevin. We don't need any fines over here. Fans are bound to get frustrated with certain calls, but overall, I think our officials do a great job, and the game is about as fair as it can be.
The Warriors shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. And the wide open shot from Green. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Pass to Capella. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And look at Capella getting aggressive inside, shooting past the coverage like it's not even there.
Here's Santos. Green kicks to Melton. Golden State moving the ball around. Bangs home the trifecta. Curry's got 32 points in the game.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
Well, they are hunting deep shots, but they'll take the layup if you give them one.
Pass to Capella. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Great initiative from Capella there, seeing an opportunity to score and getting the D to act.
Clint Capella taking 2 shots.
And that one misses. GA, in recent seasons, we've seen the MVP debate get a little contentious.
I mean, every year there's about 3 or 4 guys who are deserving of the award. And the closer the race is, I think the more heated things tend to get. So especially since the criteria for the award is so subjective.
That one is no good.
And the defense Capella provides is huge. I mean, a legitimate shot blocking threat who also rebounds the ball at an efficient rate.
Curry passes to Melton. Porzingis with a screen on Eason. Melton kicks to Curry. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Rockets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And on the year, looking at their record, this game will make it 49 wins.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn it.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kevin Durant.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Capella with a screen on Green. Porzingis with the steal, and now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. And Green slams it in. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Capella sets a screen for Eason. Going inside. Clock at 6. Here's Newton. Can't connect. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce,